I don't find, and again, this is personal opinion, I don't find talk therapy to be extremely helpful for a lot of people. I think it's kind of this tool that kind of keeps you on the couch. It's like, how can I keep you here? Because it's still a business, right? So the goal isn't necessarily to teach the person that you have all the tools already within yourself to heal. I think with therapy, specifically talk therapy, it's like, well, no, you need me to guide you through this healing. And I feel like that can get really sticky. When you have community around you and you focus on these things like forgiveness and you teach someone how to do these like kind of like mental exercises of like walking through inner child work or walking through forgiveness work. I'm not familiar with the imposter stuff, so I definitely want to ask you about that. But you're like, wait, I have all these capabilities to heal myself. I don't need a guru, right? I can be my own guru. Like if I just need to tap into this knowledge that's been there this whole time. And I think that that's like the most transformative thing you can do for yourself is to do those forgiveness exercises, because you don't realize how much of those like little interactions or even big interactions have an effect on the reality like that you see every single day. It's like, well, how do you really feel about your parents? How do you really feel about your boss? How do you really feel about that ex that wronged you? And if you have a visceral response, that means that there's work to do. And the beautiful thing about having a leader or community is that now there's almost accountability, but also it takes away the shame. Like everyone else is there, like sharing their deepest, darkest, dirtiest secrets. You're like, I'm not the only one that feels this way. So it's almost validating in that sense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it, yeah, like if you see other people being vulnerable, helps you to be vulnerable. It's actually, if
Mm-hmm.
you think of the experience of, okay, so one, I've done a lot of therapy and I do find it valuable. I think it has limitations, but the biggest problem for me with it is just getting into it. And so it's kind of, okay, I don't even know how I'm feeling. I'm on my phone. Do I really want to go into these like hurtful things that happened to me as a child? I'm not broken. I don't need fixing. It's usually like I went to therapy because like, I would disappear for 2 days and be like smoking cigarettes off the fucking ground and like, holy shit, this is this a problem. I should try
Yeah.
to deal with it. But things were broken. And so if you're just coasting along, it's like, well, I don't know if I really need it. And then if you want to go do it, it's okay, I got to find this person. I probably have to interview 5 of them. I have to like resonate with them. I probably have to share my deepest, darkest secrets a number of times because it's unlikely the first person you see is going to be a fit. It's like a
For
human
sure.
relationship. So it's so uncomfortable to tell these like stories of childhood 5 times, and then it's expensive. And so it's also like, for me, therapy, again, personal opinion, was okay, I'm broken and I'm going to get fixed. And it's like I felt like I was going to a doctor's office, where the opposite is, if I go into a CrossFit session or a Barry's boot camp or soul cycle, I feel like, Tony Robbins. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to like get pumped and get inspired. And
Mhm.
therapy always felt to me like I was sick. And
Mhm.
so this idea you mentioned of you're doing it with other community, it doesn't feel like you're sick. It feels like we're all healing together because that's the cool thing. And so I think like changing people's minds about mental health with, that's why breathwork and the hot and cold are so great, because they're cool and they're fun, and like the music playing and like the space you go to, it's like, okay, I'm going to the space because it's cool. And then maybe I'm going to throw in a gratitude or forgiveness exercise. And it's like, whoa, that was awesome. So I think there's a lot in the next 10 years where mental health will become cool, and it'll be inspiring to, be working on forgiveness and regulating your nervous system and like letting go and processing emotions and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. I'm glad you resonate and feel it.
No, totally. I think your environment is so indicative of the level of success that you're going to have, and as well as how open it makes you. So if you're going into this place that's like very stale and cold and fluorescent, it's going to be really hard for you to embody whatever that goal is, because it's just so sterile. But when you are in these other spaces that are less traditional and you're playing this music and you have these lights and you're getting your body into the mix, right? It's not just so cerebral. I feel like that's what we've been doing throughout the evolution of humankind. Like we've had the fires and we've been doing the nature walks, and for some reason we shifted and made it a lot more clinical. And I feel like that shift is why we're not seeing the results that we want. We kind of have to go back into that fun space and that more natural and playful space in order to heal and elevate and to be the best version of ourselves.